This film goes way back to a time before the Pharaohs, before the Sumerians, before Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. This film digs deeper and further back into history to uncover the true history of gods which came from the stars, which today we call the Anunnaki. The history of planet Earth is filled with legends of strange gods who arrived on planet Earth in flying discs. This flying disc became the symbol of these gods, and indeed it is used to this day as the symbol of the Zoroastrian religion. The flying vehicles are known as Vimanas in the ancient history of Hinduism, and this flying disc is of course a vehicle, a UFO from another part of our universe. The legends and histories of more than a dozen countries, including African countries, say that these ancient gods, who came from the stars, arrived on planet Earth when there was only Neanderthal ape men. All archaeologists in university departments around the world agree that suddenly, within just a short moment in geological time, Neanderthal man disappeared and was replaced by a whole new kind of human being who was far more intelligent with a much bigger brain. It is obvious from sculptures, from legends, and from works of art that these alien gods were masters of genetic science. Our museums are stuffed full of strange humanoid creations made by these gods from the stars. Some of the mutant, half-man, half-beast genetic creations which they made are worshipped as gods still to this day. The space gods not only genetically created a slave race of humans, but they also created a slave race of priests who would kill babies and kill children and provide blood, the raw ingredient used by the gods for their genetic experiments. The space gods genetically created not only modern humans, but also many half-human, half-beast monsters, which have been recorded into the mythology of ancient Greece, ancient Palestine, ancient Egypt, ancient Europe, Africa, Japan, and of course, in ancient Iraq. The slave race created by these star gods were trained as a priesthood. They worship these gods and also worship the various Frankenstein monstrous entities which the gods created when experimenting with human and animal DNA. These demonic spirits are known as the Killerpoth to the Jews and as the Jinn to the Muslims. These star gods commanded armies of genetically created humans who invaded, enslaved, and looted many other nations. But this film is not just about the past, it's about the present, and how hundreds of thousands of children vanish every year, and their blood is used in rituals to summon the demonic spirits of these alien gods, who today we know as the Anunnaki.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea. A new world order. A new world order.
There have been many TV shows and films about ancient astronauts coming to planet Earth centuries ago. But this is the first and only film to show you statues and carved faces of these alien star gods, which had been stored in a forgotten library and are being featured on film for the first time. Manipulation of DNA and genetically modifying humans and animals is not a modern science. It has been practiced for thousands of years. The histories of Iran, Mesopotamia, Serbia, Egypt, and Iraq all tell us the same information: that mankind was genetically bred from a more primitive animal, possibly the Neanderthal, or the mountain ape man, such as the abominable snowman of the Himalayas, or possibly genetically bred from a creature such as Bigfoot. And this new breed of human was produced genetically by splicing the DNA from so-called Venus goddess brood mothers, who wore strange suits, and some even had helmets and goggles. They had no hands and they had no feet, and were used like genetic sausage factories by a race of beings so technologically advanced that they and their genetic humanoid beast creations have been worshipped as gods and goddesses for thousands of years. They are known by many, many names. They are the Anunnaki, and they brought their genetic technology to planet Earth many, many thousands of years ago. The Anunnaki are not just gods, they are star gods, who are most likely to have landed on planet Earth in ancient Japan. And they then set up genetic breeding programs in Serbia, Syria, Iran, Iraq, and Romania. Their legacy can also be found in Turkey, Bosnia, and Bulgaria. And it was in these nations that the first ever written word was invented in Europe. And it was these nations which pioneered magical ritual and ceremony to worship and honor these star gods and their legacy on planet Earth. These creatures who brought this knowledge to planet Earth influenced the ancient cultures of Japan, Serbia, Bulgaria, Romania, Iraq, Palestine, Iran, Turkey, and Egypt. This is the first film to show you artifacts that have been hidden from public view. These artifacts prove that mankind is a genetically created creature, and that the biblical legend of the rib of Adam being taken to clone Eve is not actually that far from the truth.